So does anyone else think of Scooby-Doo when they hear the name Hunter Renfro? Because I do.
Right here.
Hey, Whisper Nation, before I get you to your video, just want to remind you, the season is coming up fast, and so are your drafts. So if you are not prepared yet, stick with us, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, so you get notified whenever we drop new content, so we can get you prepared for your draft. And if you want to take it a step further, in the description, there is a link to our draft kit. It is only $15, over 120 pages, jam-packed of everything you can need. Get you prepared for your draft. So go and get it today. All right, let's get you to that video.
One of those players that is so pesky that eventually he's going to find himself on the field. Like there's just something about him. Like he was a 5th round pick. Nobody thought.
Yeah, it's called a dad bod. That's the only thing he's got.
Yeah, and you know what? He goes out there and he plays. Like there's just sometimes there's these players who are just good football players.
Yeah.
And eventually they get on the field and they wear you down, and that's what happens.
But Henry Ruggs is a really good football player too.
I think eventually they could move him to the outside.
I would agree with that. I just think that Gruden, first of all, I think he shocked a lot of people by how good that offense was last year. He came in and was able to manufacture touches for a lot of players, including Josh Jacobs, who is a stud. But then also, like, if you saw how excited he was to have AB in that before AB did his crazy stuff, he was excited. And I think that's exactly what they want to do with Ruggs. They drafted him right off the bat in the first round. They're putting him in the slot. He wants to just manufacture touches for Henry Ruggs. And that's why he's been one of the guys I've been scooping up, him and Jalen Reagor, because their path to opportunity is so clear.
Did you get Ruggs in this one?
I didn't draft in this one.
No, we got Reagor. We took Reagor. We got Reagor.
Figure out where he got. Yeah, I want to figure out where he went. Because
So does anyone else think of Scooby-Doo when they hear the name Hunter Renfro? Because I do.
That's pretty good.
I'm going to from now on.
Yeah, so thank you. I will from now on.
Yeah.
I know.
How does that? Where did you get that reference?
Yeah, I don't even know where that's. Yeah.
Maybe it's the Jetsons, but for some reason I like Rutro Railroad.
Oh, I see.
Hunter Renfro. I don't know. It's
like
that's Jetsons. I get it.
All right.
But still
Like
reminds me of
Scooby-Doo
Scooby-Doo. I don't know.
Okay.
Rank, I just want to ask you before you got to get off and with your daughter, what you think of the mock draft marathon. We've been doing this. This is our second year now. We're doing 24 straight hours of this. Just wanted to get your opinion. Obviously, Stepmom Lauren twisted your arm, got you on here with us. But what are your?
I wanted to be on.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We do. Wanted to hear what you thought about this kind of crazy thing we're doing.
Well, we were going to steal your idea.
We're going to do it anyways.
Version of it. Yeah, that was the one thing. I love the idea of it. And we would, obviously before the events of the world have taken over, we had already been talking about it. Maybe we can think about this in the future. Like we should go to Vegas because last year, Stepmom Lauren and our league drafted in Las Vegas and I
don't remember anything.
Typical Vegas.
Yeah.
Showing up to a draft and half the draft is already blackout drunk. It's actually
It was midnight in Vegas.
Yeah, what do you want?
Midnight is like 10 a.m. Like, what are you talking about? We're just getting started.
Excuse, bro. I'll take any excuse.
I was just getting off the plane from Los Angeles because I'm a huge big shot. And I had a screen test with 5. It was a big thing. But anyways, I love the idea. And so I usually schedule all of my drafts over that weekend. I gave priority to the people who are in Las Vegas. And it was always my dream to have a super late draft because it's Vegas and it's night and it's a lot of fun and you can get everybody else drunk. You show up sober and you do well. The thing, I love this idea. And I think that it's a lot of fun. And so next year when I'm doing it for NFL media and you're like, that son of a, that stole our idea. I want it to be.
Next year, Big Travy is going to be so upset with Adam Rank's decision to steal that.
Hey,
I'm starting to talk in the third person now too. I think it's just part of it.
Hey,
Big Travy.
Hey, Travis, just know this, dude. A couple of lucky, podcasters are gonna get a rank, mock draft with Adam Rank, and don't worry, dude. We'll get our shot. All right.
You'll be fine. I'll give you guys credit at the 3 a.m. hour.
Yeah.
When I'm doing a draft, because that was one of the things I wanted to do too. And I know that you guys are doing awesome, and you're in that bunker right there, and it looks cool. Looks like a fun place to hang out.
You're together too, which is
awesome. That's the funniest part. Yeah, because they're different on the box that we're watching on Zoom.
But they're normally in
I know that they're. I know it's great.
It's cool to see you guys together.
It's amazing.
Appreciate that.
No. This is a cool thing. I love it, and maybe next year we can do even more.
Yeah,
All
would
that
For sure.
yeah,
We'd
would
love,
appreciate
we'd love that.
Appreciate you having you on, Rank. If we got to let you
No,
go,
thank you. I'm sorry if I'm holding you up.
you're not. This is Stepmom Lauren's hour, so if you can hang on, you can watch the beginning of this draft if you
I'm
want
gonna
to.
hang on for a couple more
Okay.
minutes.
All
I
right.
told my wife
All
I'd
right.
be down at 12:30.
Okay, we're going to
Rosie McGee is the coolest. P.S.
Rosie McGee. The one problem too.
I'm gonna pull a
not
Silva
problem.
and run to the bathroom.
I'm
real
gonna
quick.
do it once
Go
you're
do it.
once you're back. I'm gonna do it, but that's fine. I'm gonna begin the
I
draft
actually
now.
have to also. So
Yeah, why don't? Yeah,
we're
let me.
ranked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let me. I'll help carry us through this.
Yeah, I
All right,
appreciate that.
you talk amongst yourselves.
All right, you go. I'll just do them. I'll just start
This is a
mono.
priority.
Hey.
You know this, right?
No,
I'll just
I'm
start monologuing.
here with you. Hey,
Draft
Okay.
like a girl. Need any tips?
right? Need any tips?
Need any tips? I'm really shook now how early Josh Jacobs is going. And I specifically took that 12 spot because I was curious.
Mhm.
And just to let everybody know, I got the invite and I was one of the first ones in the room. I think Big Trav was the first one. 'Cause
Yeah.
He was at number 2. And I'm like, I'm going to take 12 just to see, like, how far is Jacobs? Will he get to me at 12? Is it a thing? And starting to calibrate where he's going to go.
So I must confess, Adam, we have been pushing Josh Jacobs pretty heavily on this show because
course.
we do think he
Yeah.
has a tremendous value at the running back position. You know, coming off right around where you would normally get him, right around that 12 pick. But unfortunately, we have pushed him a lot on this show, so that was probably why you haven't gotten him, or you didn't get him there. But yeah,
I'm going to have to, start shooting for the middle. It's so funny too. We did a hit for ITC on NFL Network.
Mhm.
And, you send them like, hey, I want to do this thing called breaking the ranks, guys that you're going to have to break your ranks for and draft them earlier in most things.
yeah, we had an
So it's
idea
me,
for that
I'm-
too that we stole from you. So
Oh,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we do as a fantasy community.
Right.
We're lifting from everybody.
yeah, exactly.
I remember when I first started, or not first started, one of my first columns for NFL.com was a playoff Matthew Berry's love-hate.
Mhm.
And it was like, dislike. And, like, I wanted him to be, it was always one of those things like, hey, like, I do it because I admire you.
Right.
It's kind of, and I told him one time, because somebody was like, kids are on the internet. They're like, oh, you're stealing, you're ripping it off.
Right.
And I said, listen, I make no bones about this. And I will say this, like, Matthew Berry is the GOAT. Like, there's no argument. Like, it's Matthew Berry.
Mhm.
He's the GOAT. He's the top of the mountain. Obviously, everybody knows this. I started doing like dislike that way, similar to the way that Kobe wore 24
Right. Yeah.
next to Jordan's 23. Like, it's just a thing.
Yeah.
And, Matt was super cool about it. And there it was.
Well,
I stopped doing it.
I love it. Here's the thing on that argument, or when people say that, like, we're in fantasy football. Like, there's only so many things you can do. Like, waiver wire. There's, like, there mock draft. Like, there's only so many different things you can do, and so yeah, it's like you take ideas that you see are like awesome ideas, and then you're like, okay, how can I twist it and put my spin on it? And
Right.
I just think, and again, going back to this community and how big it is, and that is where the actual excitement comes from, and that's where you can really start to like these personalities. That's where it becomes big, because there's only so many, there's only 3 ways you can talk about a fantasy player: good, bad, or
Right.
indifferent. So, like, you're
So
gonna have one
Stepmom
of those
Lauren's on
3
the clock.
takes.
Does she know that? Sorry.
That,
Interrupt.
oh, you might.
Can you pause that?
Yeah,
draft?
I'm gonna pause. Yeah, let's pause it. Thank you for.
Yeah.
saying that.
That'd be the worst, man.
So
Oh,
yeah,
she's
so
back right now.
it ultimately comes down to the trust of, who you're listening to and the personality, and if you like the person that you're listening to. And Stepmom Lauren, I do want to say that this is a 2QB half PPR draft. If you
Oh, thank you.
and you are I'm about to resume, and you are on the clock.
But only
Oh, my
20
goodness
seconds, so.
gracious me.
I want to see the Tito's bottle and how big of a
Yeah.
thing we've put.
She was
into it.
really
Minute,
refilling
minute,
that. That's
minute.
where she went.
I'll show you. Oh, I don't like that one. Okay, I'm gonna do this one.
Okay. Ooh.
You don't like this app?
Oh,
Why you're
dang
imploring
it,
people
Adam.
to use the all-new
Dang it.
NFL fantasy app?
Don't you do
That's
it, man.
what he said.
But
Let me tell you something, though. Again, I
me
think
tell
I
you something,
skipped over
brother.
This before.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, brother. I was teasing the people who make Sleeper, but I know Daniel Lim. He is one of the developers for it. Sleeper's a
Is there
good app.
someone you don't know? Like
No,
this
maybe.
whole show,
There's
it's been I know this guy, I know this guy.
I don't know. I out of the blue, because this person follows me on Twitter. I've never met him in person, but I'm like, oh, Roy Wood Jr. follows me. I'm like, hey, bro, do you want to come and talk fantasy sometime? He's like, yeah, maybe. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Another thing that rank does not really portray very well is he's a very nice person. So when you speak to him in real life, you're like, I want to talk to this guy more. He's super cool.
That's not.
Yeah, when he
Whatever
told me he was
super
deep streaming Parks and Rec, I was like, he's just like us.
Yeah.
So rank, this is the Tito's bottle.
It's empty.
Yeah, that's
Oh
all
my
that's left.
God.
Wow.
Oh boy.
I know. I started at 8 a.m. and it's gone.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Trying to think
I'm
what,
kidding.
what
Actually, I was using that
We got some
I had a really bad crick in my
questions
neck.
in the
and
chat.
It had to do with like inflamed like vertebrae in my neck. So Matt Betts, the fantasy PT, he's fantastic. I did like a Zoom call with him and he's like, okay, well, you need like an exercise roll. I'm like, what is that? I've never heard of this device. He's like, just something like hard and round and cylindrical, and you lean back on it to like stretch out the vertebrae. The only thing I had was an empty handle of Tito's. Like, that'll work. I'm like, perfect. This
There
is
it
sitting
is.
in my office for my physical therapy.
There it
What's
is.
that?
That's completely reasonable.
So-
By the way,
It was a perfect size.
we got Christopher
Parks and
Hannon.
Recs,
Oh,
by the
yeah,
way.
go ahead, Frank.
Like, forget this draft. Parks and Rec, what a delightful show this is. I'm so embarrassed that this has taken me so. Although it's embarrassing.
Wait, did you just
to not
start
have-
watching it in quarantine?
This is the first time.
Oh,
yeah, it's
really?
The first
Wow.
time I've ever seen
Oh
it.
yeah,
I
you
started
should be
watching
embarrassed then.
Well, I watched the first season and I'm like, this show sucks.
Yeah, well
Never-
that happens. That's like with The Office. The first season of The Office
Yes.
is trash.
It was kind of like the Fantasy Whisperers podcast.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
It's kind of
Oh,
like
you
the
be
first.
quiet.
It's
If
like
I
the
was
first
on your
mock.
first season
It's
of
like
no,
Fantasy
you
it's
were
like
the
the
best part
this
of
first
that.
mock.
That was
No,
the
just
only
kidding.
good part. Yeah, the only good parts were when Stepmom Lauren came on our show.
Yeah.
Other than that,
It's
it
like
was
when they
pretty-
finally gave Chris Pratt a main role in Parks and Rec.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been really good. And the guy who played the Lothario in the first 2 seasons, I believe, the guy who
Mike-
worked for the city
Mike
manager's office.
Brandanowitz.
Yeah, Brandanowitz. Brandana quits.
Yeah, exactly.
First of all, I feel bad for that person who quit. And you're like, because he quit, and it's like, bro, that show actually took off when
Yeah.
you were gone. But yeah, like that was kind of slow. Like I wasn't finding him believable. So when they got rid of him and they brought in Adam Scott and Rob Lowe and gave Chris Pratt a bigger role, and Abby was always the GOAT. Like, she's amazing. And so it's a lot of fun. I'm remiss that I wasn't watching it before.
We've got a bunch of people trying to ask you about DJ Shark, if he'll be a wide receiver 1, if he'll finish as the overall wide receiver 1, what your thoughts are on DJ Shark.
I love him. I think that he's a great value. I wasn't able to get him in the draft that we completed previously, but you look at the Jags and you want to think about volume and who's getting all the targets and things of that. And plus, he's also a good player. Like, it's not necessarily a thing about the opportunity, which will be there, but he's also an excellent player.
Yes.
So I think Gardner, and funny enough, everybody credits Gardner Minshew
As
with
they
kind of
should.
developing him last year, but his first touchdown catch was
Oh.
thrown
Nick
by
Foles, what a beauty that was, too.
Oh
So
God!
I had an article piece because I'm interjecting because I can. I had an entire week-long article piece just dissecting the entire Jaguars offense, all their wide receivers, their running backs, based on all these new pieces that had come in. And most of this revolved around Nick Foles. And I loved DJ Chark coming into it, especially what a good story for him, too. I
Right.
really wanted him to succeed. And then Nick Foles goes and gets hurt. Like, I spent a week
Yeah.
researching this. How dare you go and get hurt? But it all worked out in the end. So I guess it was okay. But
Well, speaking of like,
Yeah,
go ahead.
speaking
Mike,
of
sorry.
Nick
Go, Trev.
Foles,
No, please.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of like injury and stuff, like how have you guys been handling and like in our personal leagues, we've had meetings and stuff to discuss like the COVID off season, extending the rosters out, putting extra IR spots in. What are some of your thoughts on that, Rank, for like things that you can do to kind of mitigate the risk that we're seeing within this off season or this season?
Well, if you download the all-new NFL Fantasy app,
wow,
every league will
softball.
come with 3 additional roster spots,
I
IR
like that.
spots, to kind of combat the situation that we're all in. I would encourage anybody that, however comfortable you feel as a league, I would try to extend rosters even more.
Right.
I think about 5 IR spots would be appropriate. And, what we were talking about while we were doing our own mock draft is that in most normal years, you don't draft 2 quarterbacks, you don't draft 2 tight ends. I would do that this season. I would make sure that if you drafted I didn't do it in the draft that we did because I wanted
Travis, you better not do what I think you're going to do.
What's he doing?
I can't tell you, right? But I'm sure you can guess. We'll see.
But it is one of those things, like make sure, like, positions you wouldn't normally stock up on, I would stock up on. I think that a lot of people are starting to buy in on 2 tight ends. And I really do believe, and I wrote this for NFL.com this week too, is so many people write off the tight end position, where if you don't take one of the first, if you don't get one of the first 2 tight ends, you're like, yeah, whatever. I'm like,
punt the
don't
position.
whatever
Yeah.
that position. Yeah. Like, don't take that. No, don't do that at all. And make sure, even if you have Kittle or Kelsey, man, take Blake Jarwin late, take Mike Gesicki late.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And I do want to say too, I know you were talking about Jason Garrett and his effect on the offense with the New York Giants. Their defense is not as good, and they're probably going to be in a lot of games where they're going to have to throw the football. When Jason Garrett took over as coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys, Tony Romo threw for 4,200 yards, had 36 touchdowns. Jason Witten had one of the best seasons of his career.
Dak's rookie year was really good. Like, under Garrett, still calling plays there. Right. Yeah, no, I think it's there, and I think the problem that's happening now with the skill positions on the Giants is that opening schedule, and it's brutal. Yeah. They've got like San Fran in there, they've got Baltimore, they've got a bunch of tough teams, and that's why Daniel Jones went from being one of my favorite guys to tell people to draft late to a guy that you can wait on, probably not draft a different guy, and then you pick him up after week 4 when somebody dumps him because they're just so pissed.
One of those things I love to talk about when people are always asking when to draft guys, where to draft guys when. But if you look at like the strength of schedule is one of those weird metrics, right? Because you're looking at defenses, and defenses change very significantly from year to year. So we don't really know what these defenses are going to look like. But that strength of schedule will give you that first 4, either awesome dude, draft late, or wait because someone is going to drop him, your player, because they're going to be disappointed with whatever outcome it was. I really like using strength of schedule to identify those waiver wire pickups that you may not necessarily be able to get or target in a draft, but could be available, or bundling that up into a trade and saying, hey, let me take this guy off of your hands, and then using it in that manner. But yeah, for sure, Daniel Jones is one of those guys, late or undrafted. I just drafted Daniel Jones in our draft last hour.
Yeah, I love Daniel Jones. I think this is a guy that threw the same amount of touchdowns as Tom Brady last year, more touchdowns than Aaron Rodgers, was better on a QB points per game than Aaron Rodgers and Kyler Murray. Like, this guy dealed, and he ran the football, which is what you look for, like in those late round quarterbacks. Can he scramble and get me the floor? So I love Daniel Jones. I just think you're going to be able to get him.
Saquon Barkley was also hurt too. So with a healthy Saquon Barkley,
and look, that team is low key stacked at the weapons position.
I just worried about their
Saquon,
Darius Slayton, is one I love too.
Sterling Shepard, like Evan Ingram's a wide receiver in a tight end's body. Like, they've just got weapons galore there, and like Rank said, like, they're going to throw a ton because that defense is not good.
I worry about Sterling Shepard. He is literally one head hit away from.
I know, that's a scary thing, and that
is so upsetting because I love Sterling Shepard. My mom had a I'll never forget this. And Rank, I think I brought this up in our chat, but I was wondering who to start. It was Michael Crabtree or Sterling Shepard. And my mom is hilarious. She knows nothing about fantasy football. So she's like, well, what are you doing? What are you thinking about? And I'm explaining her the situation. I'm like, do I start Michael Crabtree or do I start Sterling Shepard? And she's like, well, clearly you need to start Sterling Shepard because it's sterling silver and it's prettier. So you need to start Sterling Shepard. He scored like 3 touchdowns that game. It's like, I'm always listening to my mother. I do it
And
anyway,
listen,
but in this,
there is
like,
some magic in taking the
wait,
random.
that was in our league.
Yeah,
that was in our league, right?
Yeah,
there's
that
some
is
magic in
one of those-
taking like random advice from people.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And she does like picks and stuff. And she's like, well, an eagle during the Super Bowl, she's like, oh, the Eagles are going to win because an eagle can swoop down and gouge out a Patriot's eye so that he cannot see to shoot him. Eagles win. It's like, what is this witchcraft? What is happening?
She's just
Would
like,
the Bengals be a lot better then? Because the Bengals would typically maul a Patriot.
Well, as long as they get
Tiger
rid of
King,
their
baby.
RB1, I think they'll be fine.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's true. It is weird that we put so much time and effort into analyzing football, and somebody's like, "Yeah, I just think that green's a better
And
color,"
they're right.
and it just
the
plays off.
pick'em pools and work like all the time are like somebody who's like, well, I just kind of like the uniforms better.
Yeah.
You're just like, what? All right.
Well, that's how my
Well, why
wife-
do I even watch this then?
Hey, that's how my wife, when we do the March Madness tournament, always does that, and she will literally finish top 5 like every year. And it's I don't get it. And there's like 50 people in this pool, and every year she finishes better than I do. And she
Too many.
Go ahead.
No, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're all right. I didn't.
Not enough to keep me from doing it.
I mean, it wasn't like what I was gonna say was that
No,
important
seriously.
anyway.
I interrupt
so
him
it
on
was
the
just-
show all the
No,
time.
no,
yeah,
it's important.
sure.
But it's also,
But it's lacking Adam Rank's input, and that's what's really important.
Yeah.
that's what's really important. And you know what? When you're doing March Madness pools, is so many people try to be so smart to pick upsets. If you go chalk, and I know that it'll suck when a 5 seed gets upset by a 12 seed.
Yeah.
Go chalk most of the time. That's why those people finish in the top 5, because they're like, of course I'm going to take Duke over this team.
Yeah.
And every once in a while Duke loses and we all celebrate. But
But that was the thing. She
I
like
just heard
two
you say chalk, and I just was like,
like 2 years ago, she took
Oh,
Michigan to go top
Wow.
4, and I'm like, you probably shouldn't do that. And she's like, no, I'm doing it, and they made it. I was like, well, there it goes.
Awesome.
isn't that so annoying? It's
Yeah.
so friggin' annoying. And in one of my home leagues, our neighbor is in it. He's a very loud, large man, and he's like, I'm a football expert. He knows nothing. He's like, Lauren, who's the quarterback for this team? I'm like, stop asking me questions. I will punch you in
Wait,
the neck. I
are you
know
talking
that.
about Adam Rank right now, or who is
No.
it?
No.
I'm just-
Not at all. And he's won our league the last 2 years in a row. Do you know how angry that makes me? It makes me so angry.
so livid. But listen, everybody,
It's real.
I got to run.
Adam, thank you so
I
much, man.
appreciate you having me on. Good luck making it through 24 hours. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Red Bull.
Yeah.
Monster.
Red Bull.
Monster. I'm from the IE, so
Yeah.
the Inland Empire of Southern California.
So you're like a
Right.
Kyle.
If anyone wants to follow
Oh my God, yeah.
Adam Rank, his Twitter is in the description below, so please give him a follow, as well as Stepmom Lauren. Make sure you follow her on Twitter. Appreciate you so much,
Yeah,
Adam,
follow-
for rank.
Thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun. And next year, when I steal this idea, I apologize in advance.
All right.
We appreciate the apology now.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. All right, thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Have fun.
All right. Big Travy is on the board here.
Almost there. There we go.
There we go. He just didn't want to leave. He wanted to take
Damn,
up your whole time, Stepmom Lauren.
Well, I appreciate it.
Oh, I'm used to that
hanging
with
on,
Adam
yeah.
Rank. It's fine.
You're a trooper.
Woo! So I just wanted to go back. So for anyone watching this draft and they're like, when are they going to just be quiet and actually talk about the draft?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
excuse me, I wanted to walk through. So you guys may have noticed in my 3 picks before I finally took DK Metcalf, I went Austin Eckler, Le'Veon Bell, and David Johnson. So I'm good on my running backs. So after that, it's going to be fun town.
And
Now, did I miss out on a wide receiver 1, a stud wide receiver 1? Possibly. But there is a lot of wide receiver depth going forward from these rounds afterwards. And I think that these wide receivers can have some really good wide receiver 1 weeks. And so it's going to be up to me how I play and work the matchups based on that. But just wanted to throw that out there for anyone looking at this. And they're like, what is she doing?
Yeah, perfect. And we'll probably clip the audio of this too, so it's good to kind of talk about the teams we drafted. So Johnny, we'll take a look at your team through 5 rounds as well. Alvin Kamara, Nick Chubb, Travis Kelce, A.J. Brown, Robert Woods. This is a 2-quarterback league, so you did kind of what I did, and you're waiting on QB. So what is your thoughts on the way you built that out? Similar What are your thoughts on the way you've built it out so far?
I didn't intend on. There were a couple of times when I thought about leaning towards a quarterback. In the fourth, Carson Wentz there. I thought about going Carson Wentz instead of AJ Brown, but again, I thought if I passed on AJ Brown, similar to what Stepmom Lauren was saying, I might be giving up the chance for a wide receiver one, and now I got Robert Woods, which kind of lucked out on getting that, and so he could also be a wide receiver one at the end of the year, which I do think is a possibility.
I like it.
But yeah, I just decided I wanted to wait on quarterback. I was kind of hoping Aaron Rodgers fell to me, which might sound a little weird that I would be interested in Aaron Rodgers. But I do think there is a very real possibility this year that he just comes out and he's just like, F you to the Green Bay Packers organization. And it's just like, I'm going to show you, if you really want to try to draft my backup, I'm going to show you why you shouldn't have even thought of that. And he just comes out and just peppers Devontae Adams with targets and actually ends up being a good quarterback for fantasy.
I loved what Stepmom Lauren was talking about here with her wide receivers. You went Metcalf and Boyd, right? So then you have the upside of Metcalf teamed with
AJ Greenback.
Yeah, but I think that Boyd's really that consistent floor play too, more often than not. He's going to get the volume that you need. Then you got Metcalf.
Dude, no one ever talks about Tyler Boyd, and you're probably not.
I took him last draft, or in the draft with Silva to start off as my third wide receiver, and it was just so nice to have that in a PPR.
He's so good, and I think if anyone, and Stepmom Lauren, I mean, you picked him, so tell me if I'm off base here, but like I feel like Tyler Boyd is the safest pick in that entire Cincinnati Bengals offense. And the price you're getting him for is...
Well, he's the only one you really don't have serious questions about. I mean, you got questions about everybody else,
And the big thing for me is the re-addition, if you will, of AJ Green. Tyler Boyd did not function well as a wide receiver one. He needs to have somebody else to draw the defenses away. They did not have much of a pass attack whatsoever. They went through Joe Mixon, garbage, and Tyler Boyd, which is sad. So now that he has AJ Green back, a better, I don't want to say better, but new fresh blood at quarterback position, better offensive line.
You could say better. You could say better quarterback.
I don't want to hate on Dalton because I don't know. I have an odd soft spot for the man. I have no idea why.
It's that perfectly coiffed hair.
It's because it's because you had him the one season he was good, and so
maybe
that was what
I don't know. I feel for the guy, but I don't know. Tyler Boyd with AJ Green back was so good 2 years ago, and he was such a sleeper pick at the time. You got him off the waivers, and I think now you can get him. What I take him 6th round, 602 on a snake draft. Is one of the reasons I love having a late position pick. I do not like having an early position pick this year. I'm targeting Todd Gurley, Le'Veon Bell, David Johnson. I'm targeting those guys in the 3rd through 5th. So I'm gonna depending on scoring, I'm gonna load up on a wide receiver one, a tight end one, go after those running backs that I love, and then there's so much wide receiver depth that I can go ahead and just fish for those guys, and then I can still wait on my quarterback super late. I know we're not doing this in this draft because it's a 2QB league, but there are so many names that I like later on. You can get 2 right in a row. Again, not in a 2QB league, but Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, Matt Stafford, Daniel Jones. These are guys that are going to have QB1 weeks that I absolutely love.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of those guys as well. And but I did take Tom Brady just because I saw the quarterback, bucket was dwindling a little bit. I took Brady because not as bad as you think, but I did want to take my first one.
That's true.
And I did want to take my first one. So my first one was Brady, and just with all that upside there, I really wanted to try and do that. Stepmom Lauren, if you wouldn't mind, we're going to play a recent voicemail we got for our listener league because we're announcing some listener league spots in the mock draft marathon.
Oh my gosh. Good luck to everyone who put their submission in for listener leagues. Yeah. These are no joke, my friends. So good luck. I cannot wait.
Yesterday.
Who got it?
Didn't I? Well, hold on.
Sorry, just one.
Technical difficulty.
Once more.
And for anyone who did not watch the mock draft last year, the mockathon, I should say, these guys nailed it down. I was the first hour, and then I was the very last hour. And I will tell you what, they had just as much energy and enthusiasm hour 1 as y'all did 24 hours later. I was impressed. I was floored. I was also at the beach, which was fun.
Which was part of why you were floored, maybe.
Yeah.
No,
Nah,
just
I had
kidding.
only had a few cocktails though. Could be tonight. We go way back, but you guys are crushing it. You always hold it down. I absolutely love it.
We
You guys are
could we could not thank you more for your effort, your ability to stay true with us, and we try to do the same for you. Have your back in this industry, because as you alluded to last hour, it can be tough for you trying to get out in this industry, and it's really especially tough for our women in the industry who do so well, and they're just trying to make their foot in the door and do this thing that they love as well. We've got your back. We're fighting with you too, and we'll get you out there. I mean, shoot, you're already past this. Like Rank said, we'll be on the Remember the Music.
Yeah.
Oh, stop
Yeah.
it.
But I appreciate you.
But I do want to think that we would get more than the 3 minutes that Adam Rink would get.
Yeah, he's gone now,
yeah.
so we can officially say that we would be a 10-minute segment.
Yeah,
I think.
we would be like a good
so.
10 minutes.
I think
Yeah.
so. But you guys really, I brought this up in a tweet. You guys are like my OG of. We talked about the
That was so
AAF
fun.
of all things, and then going into fantasy football. So I mean, you guys really did help create this beast that is me. Also, my Neanderthal DNA did as well. But you guys helped me in the social media, so I can never thank you enough. You guys are like my, like I said, OG.
You
Appreciate that
fans.
so
I love
much. We're about to give away this spot to a guy that's in our MegaCast League on Facebook, the Drunken Monkey. He had a little voicemail for us.
Hey, this is the Drunken Monkey, man. Y'all know me from Sports Me, the MegaCast, Dive Bar Sports, all these other things. Y'all been ducking me over there at the Fantasy Whisperers for 2 years now. Y'all been ducking me. I've been showing you belts, trophies, cash money, rings. Y'all ain't got it. Y'all need to step up to the plate and let the number one contender come up in this league and show you how to do it. Y'all need to stop ducking me. Don't be scared no more. It's Drunken Monkey's time to shine, baby. You ain't going to hold me back. Get me up in there and watch me work.
All right. Well, challenge accepted.
First of all, I love how he said we ain't got it, but then
yeah.
he said he was the number one contender,
Yeah.
basically saying, like, we do got it. He's trying to challenge.
Yeah. So, challenge accepted. Welcome, Drunken Monkey, to the Listener League. I'll just tell you, you're going to need more than those championship belts and cash money to win this league. I'll just say that. All right. But looking forward to it. Greatly looking forward to it. So appreciate the call in. If you want to call in to our hotline, that is 1-833-4FF-TALK. That is 1-833-433-5 or 8255. 8255. 1-833.
Best in the business, baby.
8255.
All right.
I got it.
I got it. I figured it out.
I do. I think my favorite of the voicemail submissions was the guy's dad.
Yeah, Reed's daddy.
Reed's daddy was hilarious.
I really, really like that guy.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, get it. He's like, I don't even care if I win. I just want to beat my kid.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
yes!
That's
so
what it's
great.
about.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
That is it, man.
That was beautiful.
Show these young bucks who's boss. That was awesome. Well, congratulations, Drunk Monkey. By the way, solid name.
Yeah.
Solid voicemail.
And he also goes by Dive Bar Sports. So he's a guy in Philly, loves his Eagles. Believe he's
Right on.
ex-military. He's a great guy, man. He's a great personality. We're
Thank you for your
excited. Yeah,
service.
we're excited to have him in. So we'll get that link out to you, and we will get that going. But right now we are in the 8th round. Me and Lauren just stepped through our turn here, and I believe, so Lauren got her guy, Sam Darnold. Talk a little bit about how hyped you are on Sam Darnold. And this has
is
to
way
be
early for yes. This is way early for me. Obviously it's a 2QB league, like we mentioned before. Sam Darnold is one of those guys that's going, I think, under the radar. He's finally healthy. He's hopefully doesn't get mono or COVID. What the heck? Who knows?
Maybe he's got
he looks
antibodies
sluggish.
because he had mono already.
Hopefully, but he looked sluggish when he got back. The offense is garbage. I mean, they're worst or bottom 5 in every aspect, and that sucks. Like they have to try to get worse than what they were.
Right.
So they, like I mentioned before with Rank, is that they have the 3rd most vacated targets in the NFL, and bringing in Frank Gore is actually a help for Le'Veon Bell, who I also drafted, I believe. I did. Is a help for Le'Veon Bell in that passing game. I think it's going to be fantastic. I like a lot of the pieces on the Jets, a lot of them, and I want the guy who's going to be throwing them the ball. So give me Sam Darnold.
I love that breakdown. I love that you're kind of taking these perspectives that you always do every year when you write your articles, which everybody can get at stepmomlauren.com. That link is below in our YouTube there. If not, her Twitter's in there, so you can find them there. But also, you take these, contrarian takes a little bit to try and give people later round viewpoints that they can kind of win their league with, or at least, try to make a push for, that's where you get the value. Look, we've seen it in years past. Alvin Kamara was going undrafted when he broke out. Lamar Jackson last year I got him in our league of record where I won that belt right there.
Oh,
I got him in the 13th round because Johnny
right.
wasn't smart enough to take him in time. And so that's the thing is like I just waited and took that value. But yeah, we talked about Mark Andrews last year, who you astutely wrote about last year. We talked about on the podcast together with you last year. There's these guys that people aren't really looking at that you got to be looking at because
you don't have to bang the
after the third, yeah, dude, I do.
No, you're shaking the cameras, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's really funny because you just vibrate.
Yeah,
my bad. Well, look, it's
so
an emphatic thing.
here,
People need to follow Stepmom Lauren and listen to her.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hey,
yes.
I do agree with
I'll
that.
do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is too is like that when you're in a draft, right? The draft tilt is real.
Oh,
y'all.
yeah.
Like, when you miss out on your dude, you're like, oh my God, what do I do? And having these substitutions or other alternatives that you can plug in for a guy it kind of calms you down a little bit. And thank you for bringing that up, Travie. What I do like to do is I like to look at environments. I like to look at things. I don't take the popular take. I usually don't like the popular take. I like to look at things in a holistic view. And sometimes, people disagree with me, and that's fine. It's fantasy football. It's educated guessing, people. This is what we do. And you can really identify some awesome late round gems. Now, I'm not saying I'm always right. I ain't. But
Yeah,
when
you
I
are.
hit hard.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And I think that's a good point. Like, we talk about it all the time. Just amongst ourselves, or just like even in other sports. It's like a professional gambler is only right like considered 65% of the time if you hit your gambling, you're a professional gambler, right? Like,
right.
It's impossible to be 100% accurate in this field. It just what there's so many variables.
It's professional sports. It's crazy. Like crazy things happen in this thing.
It's weird. It's made up of humans.
Yeah, weird. Yeah. The human element. It exists.
Exactly.
But what?
It's fun. It's super fun, and that's why we're all doing this. It's competitive. If we all knew the answers, A, I would have my own mansion in Belize. B, it would not be nearly as fun if we.
I just want to know if you do have that mansion in Belize. You've told us we get the 10-minute spot on the VH1 behind the music. Okay, you've told us that you really love us. You've said it a million times.
Work well with that.
Belize Mansion. Are we invited to the pool parties at the Belize Mansion?
Duh.
All right,
good.
I wore my Tommy Bahama shirt just for that.
Hey,
do it. Absolutely.
Oh,
What's actually pretty interesting is my husband and I are looking at planning a trip to get real estate in Belize.
No way. Really?
Yes.
We're going to have to DM you about some opportunities here.
Yeah.
In the 5-year plan.
Yeah,
is
for
what
sure.
We're looking at. We did just get property like a half an hour west of us. It's out in the boonies. We have this broke down old like fifth wheel trailer we have out there, and we have a serious issue with wild hogs right now that are just rooting up everything.
Really?
I don't mean to laugh at that. That's probably a real issue.
It's not wild panthers.
Yeah.
At least it's not wild cats. It's fine. So we have some things we need to do to take care of out there. But we love four-wheeling. We love being outside. We love fishing. So, we also like to be a little tropical. So who knows? Maybe Belize could be in our future. I don't know.
That'd be
Who
sweet.
am I going for now? Wide receivers.
So I didn't know. I did not see that Cam Newton was available when I selected Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, dude. And
I
then
like Big Ben
somebody
now.
took Cam Newton.
No, I
thought he was going to fall to me here. That's why I even took Gallup in the last round.
Well, what I was getting to was that
nobody really, nobody's listening to you.
My
dude.
team is
not,
super
but
sexy.
I
am just saying right now.
Yeah, I like your team. If I could go back, I would not take Baker Mayfield in the 6th. I would have selected somebody else there, and then I would have went back to back here in the 8th and 9th and gotten Cam and Ben Roethlisberger. I think if you're in a 2-quarterback league and you walk away with Ben Roethlisberger and Cam, or Cam and Matthew Stafford, that is a tremendous duo to have at the quarterback position, and you're really able to stack a lot of value there. I like that strategy. I just could not pull it off because I was.
Okay. Well done on your picks there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Travy.
Yeah,
Now
I'm not excited about.
I'm in a persnickety little pickle here.
Persnickety.
Take Teddy
Only
Bridgewater.
only a
I am
seasoned
telling you,
writer could come
listen,
up with that.
a lot of people wanted to, they're gonna hate on, but I'm telling you, if you're in a 2 quarterback league and people are taking all these quarterbacks and you can get Teddy Bridgewater as your second quarterback, it looks hideous and it sounds hideous, but he will be a very good late round quarterback for you because they should pass heavily, and Teddy Bridgewater is just like he just completions what he does.
I'm super confused. They're like my list of wide receivers is now like completely done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go here. That's weird. How many have we picked? Because like my top pick
you
on
might
wide
have
receiver,
roster limits.
Do I?
Oh, how many do you have? One.
Like you don't have any wide receiver spots at all?
Well, my only wide receiver
it's not populating, I think.
top
Probably.
option was Chris Conley from Jacksonville. I'm like, where are all my people?
Yeah, there's a lot more available.
Oh,
than that.
that's why. Okay, my bad. Never mind. That was my bad. User error.
Oh.
What's in that cup? Right, Stepmom Lauren, come on.
Yeah.
Tito's.
Yeah, there you go.
No secrets.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Hey, that's what we pride our show on. Is that we
Hey, that's how I roll.
Yeah.
That is how I roll. So just to just bring up a couple people that I've noticed in the chat. First of all, Austin, thank you so much for drafting last hour. And thank you so much for your very kind comment in the chat before when Evan Silva was on. He told everyone to follow me on all platforms. Austin, you're the best. Chris Molina, awesome to see you in here as well.
We'll be drafting with Chris later.
Captain Bob, we're going to have a conversation because you took Todd Gurley, and that's not okay.
Captain
I really
Bob.
like Todd Gurley. Unquestioned featured back of the Falcons. No bueno. I'm trying to see if I can sneak a peek at these over here. Any questions in the chat that have been like flying out?
Nothing just yet, but I did want you to keep in mind, Stepmom Lauren, at the end of this, we're going to have you pick a non-Johnny, a non-Travis, a non-Stepmom Lauren team, and Sleeper is going to give them 100 cookies in their Sleeper app. So all they got to do, though, is they got to get over there and follow Sleeper on Twitter. So make sure you guys get all over. Everybody drafting with us right now, get over on Twitter and follow Sleeper. But we're going to have you be the judge of these teams besides the three of us because we can't win.
I got you. Oh, you know what? I think I might already
you
know
got a guy?
who
All right,
is
okay.
the winner.
All right.
Okay.
But JDL Smooth, another one, super awesome. Oh man,
we still have 2 rounds, so there are some.
I'm evaluating.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there. You know, like it's like
you know.
What
I think it is.
What?
The very first one is that FL2 drink minimum.
Like
yeah.
Okay, just checking. I love that guy. I love him. Okay, no, not that one.
Yeah, so we're also running another giveaway we'd like to talk about. We've got multiple jersey giveaways, and some of these will be giveaway in the night, deep in the night. But we're gonna be giving away a Darius Slayton jersey, a Kenny Golladay jersey, an Alvin Kamara jersey. Am I
eligible for this?
You are if you are a subscriber, which you are, and you type TFW in the chat on YouTube. Type that in, and you will be entered in. And we will be doing that random giveaway. I think the first one is tonight with Chris Molina, actually, that we were just talking about.
Nice.
And we're doing the
Chris Mo.
What? And we're doing which jersey on that one?
Kenny Golladay.
Kenny G.
We do need to figure out what we're going to give away. I think the Slayton jersey. I don't think I wrote that in. But either way, that's a me and you conversation that I just aired on the air. But either way, So we'll be giving those away. So make sure everybody types TFW right there in the chat, and you guys will be entered in for that. Jacob Bley, welcome in, brother. Yeah, that's our number 1 fan there, Jacob Bley, in the chat.
Hey, what's up, Jacob?
Yeah, we're excited to have you on. Hopefully you'll
There's
be rocking.
so many good teams here.
Oh yeah, and
Fighting
you've got the fate.
difficult.
You've got the fate of 100 cookies resting on your shoulders.
Yeah. This is stressful. I feel like I'm on The Voice.
I feel like
what's that? That's the sound then that turns around.
That's the wink. The Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
We should have put. Oh yeah.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Oh yeah, like Slumdog Millionaire. I love that one. We should have put the chairs backwards so we could just be like, we want that drafted.
Oh man. Oh man. Okay, no, I can't do that one. Okay, I think
Yeah,
I've
so
narrowed it down.
be prepared.
Be
Okay.
Lion King.
prepared.
But also,
That's
like,
a great song. That's like one of the most underrated Lion King songs.
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
for sure.
well, I just can't wait to be king is really good too.
Well,
Yeah.
duh, but
But
that's like
yeah, it's
one
not.
of the
It's not.
most ones. Oh,
It's
these
not the
next
Elton
two
John songs.
picks, between these two teams, these next two picks
Could decide.
are going to decide the winner.
Who's the
Wow.
Cookie Monster? Cookie.
Oh
Ooh,
my
that's pretty
goodness.
good.
Oh my goodness.
Look
I
at that.
don't know what to do.
Huh?
Oh, I have to have my own picks ready too. My bad.
Rockin'.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got it. Oh no, I can't do that.
So out of those jerseys, Stepmom Lauren, Kenny Galladay, Darius Slayton, Alvin Kamara. What was the fourth one? I can't. T.Y. Hilton.
Can I rank
T.Y.
them?
Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah, I'd like
want
you to.
all of
You
them.
want them all? Yeah, we
I
understand.
want them all. I will rank them. Kamara,
Yeah, love that one.
That was a good one.
That's-
Slayton.
we're-
No, Kamara, Galladay, Slayton, Hilton. Are those the four you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love that.
Kamara, Galladay.
So I think we
Slayton,
should.
Hilton.
I think
My
based off
husband's
of
a
that,
huge
we.
Lions fan, so the Kenny Galladay, and plus I love Kenny Galladay.
Yeah,
as well.
Kenny
Yeah.
G, man.
Them smooth routes.
Mm.
Yeah.
So then I
But-
I think based off that, we should do the T.Y. Hilton as a first jersey giveaway.
Yeah, well, we can do it ahead of Chris Molina. We've already got his Galladay. We could do it a little bit earlier. Maybe Smitty
Oh my
or
God,
something.
I'm up. What do I do?
Yeah.
What do you mean we already got his call?
I didn't write in the
Got
Leighton
it.
give.
No.
So I'll figure it
All
out.
right,
We'll
well,
get
we
it.
got
We'll
it.
get
We're
Yeah.
we're good. We're just. Mecole Hardman, love that pick. Travis is a hater on Mecole Hardman.
Oh, hold on a second.
but
Hold
yeah,
on. I don't
no.
like when you brush it off like that. I'm not a hater.
Yeah.
And Stepmom Lauren was on that episode. She
And
backed me
so
up
she
here.
can witness, or
All
she
I
can be
said
my witness.
was, I don't hate him. I just said his path to success is very blocked by a lot more players on that Chiefs
Listen,
team.
I'm gonna ask the Magic 8-Ball here.
That's a sarcastic nine ball.
Sarcastic 9-Ball. Did Big Travy hate on Mecole Hardman? Yes, if you leave me alone. So there it is. There's your answer. So Magic 9-Ball does not lie. So there you have it, Whisper Nation. Oh, Drunken Monkey is here. There he is. He just jumped into the live chat. Hey,
What's up, Drunken Monkey?
there you go. So you are in the listener league. So welcome
Nice
in,
shot, Travis.
and-
Sorry,
and-
sorry, Connie.
and good luck, my friend. You're gonna need it, as we said.
Fighting words right
Yeah.
there, Drunken Monkey.
If you are new,
Wonderful
if you
listener.
are just tuning in, first thing is we have Stepmom Lauren on our show. So thank you so much again for joining. You can follow her at Stepmom Lauren on all social media platforms, and you should do so because she's amazing and she has amazing work and is very, very fun and entertaining. And she's just great. She's just a great person. So
Yeah.
you should just
I mean,
follow
that's going
because
a
of
little
that.
far. I'm not that great.
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to argue with you on that one.
Yeah. I'm gonna have
I
to
love you
respectfully
guys.
disagree.
I love you guys.
And if you have not done so yet, please like this stream. It really helps boost our channel, get our voices out there to more people.
Yeah,
So, thank
speaking
you.
of, I want to say what's up to the Fantasy Football Plug podcast. Says Yo, we'll be drafting with him tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So we'll still be here, and he'll be fresh. I can't say we'll be fresh, but we'll be here.
Oh, but you got again. I know for anyone just joining who didn't hear me, like just gush the positivity. These guys are crushing it.
Oh.
I say we, like I really had anything to do.
Oh,
with
you
it.
do.
I only
You
had-
Yeah,
do.
oh, you do.
Little,
Yeah.
very little, but you guys crushed it last year. I'm just so excited for this to be a thing,
Yeah.
and I am excited that you guys are together. That
I
is
know.
awesome.
Yeah, hold on.
Yay.
Ready for this? We're gonna do a little sneak attack on his.
Oh,
Do it. Oh yeah, I love it.
it was
much.
funny because we were setting this up here, and like we're not used to being next to each other when we're talking and stuff, and so
the only reason I knew it is because Johnny, I saw you looking over, and then I saw like the Asian screen over on Travis. And I'm like, wait, they're in the same room.
yeah. So it is a little bit different because it's like, oh wait, like you're next to me, and I'm like, it's wait, yeah.
Yeah, usually I have to verbally use the hook to get him off the mic. Now I
Yeah.
can just actually grab him.
Yeah, and just sip it. And unfortunately, I messed up on. I only gave us 12 rounds in this mock draft. I robbed us of a round. So
Okay, it's up to me
that's
now,
unfortunate.
huh?
Yeah.
so-
So not only we want you to go through who you like, but maybe talk about a couple finishers that are high on your list here, and then also maybe dive in those teams a little bit. Give us your takes.
Sure. Okay. There are quite a few teams that I give my hats off to. My hats? Like I have multiple
Yeah,
hats.
like,
and I'm not even
hey,
wearing hats.
my
hats.
hats.
Tip of the cap. My
yeah,
hats,
you have.
know.
Yeah, you have the
I
two.
do wear multiple hats.
Hey, that's true. This
you
is
know,
true.
Symbolically.
Yeah.
But there, hold on. I'm going to see if I can get this. There we go. Okay. T Park. I'll start with you. I dug the Derrick Henry, Miles Sanders. I'm glad it wasn't Miles Sanders, Derrick Henry. I do not like Miles Sanders as a featured back. It doesn't work for the Eagles. They lose. They lost to Miami having Miles Sanders as a featured back, and Boston Scott finished as like
I mean,
top 10 RB.
the
last
Patriots
4
lost to
weeks.
Miami too because of Rob
That's a
Gronkowski.
different thing. That's like Achilles heel.
Yeah, that's true.
Totally different thing.
Yeah,
Totally different. They lost 3 games in a row. One of them was to Miami with Miles Sanders as the featured back. When they brought in Boston Scott for the last 4 games, not only did he finish very well with Miles Sanders, but they also won. Doug Peterson has never had 1,000 rusher since he's been in Philadelphia. He's not going to again. So I'm glad you took him in the second round. Well played. Let's see. The one I wasn't so sure on here, and I wonder if you had to reach for him, was Joe Burrow.
Hey,
Not huge on that.
reach for
Other than
your
that-
guy. I actually don't mind Joe Burrow. I
I don't mind it because he's got 3.
Yeah.
I don't mind it because he's got 3.
I mean, I think there is a
However-
very real possibility with his receiving weapons that he has there, that Joe Burrow actually could be a top 12 quarterback this year. Do I think he's going to be top 6? I don't think he has the rushing upside for that. But I wouldn't be surprised if he was QB 11 on the year, or QB 12. I think that's a very realistic possibility.
So I can make this decision like as minuscule as I want, right?
Oh
Because
yeah,
I also love
you're
Chris
you're
Molina's
deciding
team,
on this.
but I don't like that you have Melvin Gordon. I wish that would have been Philip Lindsay. So that's the only one I disagree with you on that one, Chris Molina, which is not a popular take for me, but that's okay. All right, let's see. Which one else stood out? JDL Smooth. Loved that you took Devin Singletary, and you can get him in the, I want to say 3rd to 4th. This is a 2 QB league, so he got him in the 5th. I really like that. The only thing I did not like about your squad was Austin Hooper. That's a personal thing I have. Too many mouths to feed, and your chef is Baker Mayfield, and all he does is hand out samples at Sam's. So I'm not cool with that. He's not a chef that's going to be able to get everybody the ball like Matt Ryan was with Austin Hooper in that offense. So that was a little boo. But you did take Drew Lock, which upset me. So there was that too. FL2 drink minimum. You're my boo. And you took Carson Wentz and Matt Stafford and AJ Green, who I like. But this Cam Apers. Yeah, that's his new name now.
Yeah.
Cam Akers. I am going to stay away from the Rams backfield completely. We don't know who it's going to be. Last year, we thought the recipient, what the F? The recipient of a missing Todd Gurley was going to be Darrell Henderson, or according to Jason Moore, Darnell Anderson.
Yeah.
But I digress. And it wasn't. It was Malcolm Brown, oddly enough. So I don't know enough about that Rams backfield to make any kind of guess on who is going to get the pieces when. It's like a new San Francisco 49ers backfield. I don't like it. So I would not have taken Cam Akers here. Do love Gardner Minshew. Zach Moss is another one I'm about. I don't think he's going to produce as much as people think. Sorry, Kate and Michelle, Majuk, don't kill me. Mike Gesicki, awesome. Keyshawn Vaughn, I don't really like that one either. So my 2, oh my God, this is so hard, you guys. Why did you put this on me? Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm deciding between JDL Smooth and T Park and Captain Bob. His was really good too.
You've narrowed it down to 3?
Narrowed it down to 3.
All right.
You have to have a moment. T Park's out. I don't like Joe Burrow. Captain Bob. Oh no. Oh no. You know what? I hate this game. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me think for a minute.
All right.
Well, so we've got the giveaway like we said, so make sure everybody is in there smashing TFW in the comments. Make sure you guys are doing that because that's going to enter you in to get a jersey. And we've got 4 of them we're giving away, but it also enters you in do a draft kit giveaway, Johnny.
Yeah.
We're giving away a few of our draft kits over at thefantasywhispers.com. So make sure you guys go over there and get that today, but also enter in for a chance to win a few. So without further ado, Stepmom Lauren, who's getting these cookies?
JDL Smooth.
JDL Smooth. You've got it. You are the
Congratulations.
winner.
That was one of the hardest things I think I've ever had to do besides like building things with large power tools. That was really hard.
I mean, I've seen I've seen the boards you put up with power tools and stuff for the hurricane. So you're like seasoned vet over there.
Thank you. I also like build things. I build like a rolling bar cart, wall hanging giant jewelry cabinet, baby changing table that you can also turn into an entry table. Just move that top off. Anyway, JDL Smooth, the reason why you won, love Christian McCaffrey, and you were still able to get Tyreek Hill here. This is a 2QB league, so I understand this is a little strange here. But what you did is you went with Odell Beckham here in the 4th. I like that. You also took Daniel Jones. I am a big believer in Daniel Jones, so that one spoke to me. Your biggest detriment was Austin Hooper. Like I mentioned, not a big fan. But you did get Drew Lock, and you went ahead and got Kerryon Johnson late. I like that. And the Justin Herbert pick for the Chargers was interesting. So I'm giving this one to JDL Smooth for enough conservative with enough flyer that it intrigues me. I think he has a shot at the upside.
Well, JDL Smooth, Stepmom Lauren has just granted you from Sleeper. Make sure you're going over there to follow Sleeper on Twitter. She just granted you 100 cookies from Sleeper for JDL Smooth. Can't say how much we appreciate you, Stepmom Lauren. Any final thoughts on this mock before you send us off?
Oh, no, I love this. This is super fun. 2QB leagues are hard. It's not like a 1QB league, but everyone here drafted remarkably well. Actually, not remarkably. You guys are all smart who are listening and watching. That's why you're here. I love it. And you guys keep crushing it. I absolutely love what you do, and you're gonna kill it. I'm so excited. I'm gonna be tuning in tomorrow just to see if any of y'all's eyeballs are bleeding.
Yeah,
I won't even ask you this. 7 a.m. tomorrow we have open. Your time.
Dude, I'd probably still be drunk by then.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I figured we'd offer.
Yeah.
You'll see a very interesting side of Stepmom Lauren.
Thank you for listening to the Fantasy Whisperers podcast. You can hear more from John and Travis on Google Play, SoundCloud, and iTunes. You can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at TF Whisperers.